Okay, everybody, welcome back to a playthrough of My Village. So here we go. We've got two boards set up. We've got the blue player, the yellow player, and the blue player is the starting player. So let's put a victory point right there, story point, and get started. So we're going to roll our die. Starting player rolls. And we're going to start doing stuff. So the first thing I probably want to do, is probably establish what I want. Maybe one of these are probably going to go quickly, so may as well, since I'm starting player and it's really important, I'll buy one of these. So I'm going to take a 3 and I'm going to buy one of these. And what should I buy? Well, I'm only going to get one of them, and I think that honestly the best one is probably or one of the best ones is this one, which gives you a point for each other type of card. So I'm going to buy that, and I'm going to spend 4 time to do it. So right there, I bought that 4 time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you go. My Grim Reaper stays there, and I am done. So the yellow player is going to probably think about doing something else. They definitely cannot take a 3, so that's out. They could probably take a 12 without costing anything, and maybe they'll want to do that because once again that is also important. And this card is probably one of the better ones for this. So he'll spend 12 and 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, and a 12. So he's used these 2 6s right there, and that person is done. Next, because it's a 2-player game, we're going to choose again. So the blue player is going to choose a card, and is there 4, 5, 6? No. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, may as well. Let's start to see what happens with the traveler. So he's going to take a 7 and get this travel card. Flip it over because he's got, and it's the river one, so he'll need $1. So he started on that, and that cost him 1 time. So off to the races. The yellow player, if he doesn't want to spend extra time, he can use 6. So what can he do with a 6? Well, not particularly a huge amount. With the board here, he doesn't really want to use a 6. He wants to use 8s and 9s. So what else can happen with a 6? That's supposed to be like that, like that, like that, like that. So nothing here. Nothing here. He probably wants to change this. So there's a 6 here. 6, 7, 8. He could spend $2 to make it an 8. Yeah, so he could start activating that. Maybe that's what he's good. So he's going to use that. Change this to 5, 6, 7, 8. So spends $2, which is a lot, and will use an 8, and that 8 will get him, let's say, a rum barrel. So spends 2 time, flips this over, and gets 1 rum barrel right there, and that's done. 2 time, 1, 2, and we're done. Nobody's passed over to Grim Reaper, so everybody throws their dice back in. Yep, 1 time goes on to the hand, and the start player rolls the die, and this just continues like this. So the start player, the blue player, is going to start doing some things. He could get a 7. And spend that $1, see how far he can get. So that's a 4, 3, 4, 5. That's a 6, 6, 7. So you could use this, right? Which you'll do. Spend $1. $1's gone. by this, travels from here to here, and now he'll need to pass through this rum area. But he's made some points. So the yellow player thinks, hey, you know what? I'm going to continue with my march to get goods. So let's see if there's a 9 or an 8 out here. There is no 9 or 8 that he could get. So maybe give up on that. And instead take a 4 and start doing his special ability here. So he'll flip a card over here and take a bunch of these. So he's got beer right now, so he'll take this one for free. Done. Now he can spend some time or some money, but he doesn't have any money, so he's going to spend 2 times. So 2 more times, 1, 2, and he'll take some more, which he's got. Here's some more rum, and what's out there? There's some 8s here, so he'll get a wagon. And this is a question mark. That was the other one was a question mark. He wants to get stuff that will work well with other things, so maybe this, because this will work good with the school, because the school activates on a 3 or even an 11. So he's taken 3 cards for 2 time, which is great. So this fills again. And there's some horses and some wheat, and you can have any number, so that's great. So back to the blue player. Blue player is going to choose to take there's 4, 5, 6, 6. He's got a 5, so he could use a 5 here. That's excellent. So he's going to use a 5, and he's going to take one of these things, and there is wagon, parchment. So maybe he'll buy some parchment. Is there a 5 in the parchment area? No, there's not. So there's only 6s. Is there 5 in the horses area? And also in the rum. So he'll get some beer. It's going to cost him 2 time. He's used his 5. Clink that there. Gets that and 2 time. 1, 2. There we go. So he's got some beer now. So they both have beer, but he's got some victory points. And that is the yellow player's turn. Yellow player could take a 3. A 3. And you know what? Yeah, you will. So he'll take a 3. He'll activate this for 3, so he'll get somebody working. Plus, he could activate any of these ones, these white banners too. So he's got a rum barrel here, so he'll spend another time. Ooh. And he'll transfer this rum to here, and he just made himself 3 points for the end of the game. So that one is done now, and that rum barrel is gone. So there you go. So now, next, the round has ended. Next round begins. We take a 1, we place it here. The yellow player is now eyeing this area because on a 4 or a 10, he could take those 3 victory points. That would be nice. But anyways, the blue player is now going to roll. There we go. And what is he going to do? So he might need some more things. Yeah, and he could spend this rum barrel right now to continue traveling if he used a 7. So is there a 7 out there? There is a 5, 6, no. There's a 12. He could get a church going. And why not? Because he doesn't have a church yet, so he'll take a church right there, 12. He'll take this church because that allows him to ignore the rats. And he'll take that. How many times did that cost? 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. He's just finished his turn, but he's crossed that point. He's going to take his 2 markers here, place them here so he doesn't have to worry about the rats. And now somebody's going to die. And since he's not too worried about the church, and he just bought the church, and he still will be able to use his rat, his avoidance of the rat or the plague. He'll let the chapelman or person die. So that's fine. This goes from here to here, whatever, doesn't make a difference. And now we can roll the die. So we roll the die, and it's a 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably, unless we roll a 1, when in the next round, we're going to have a plague. But nobody has any money yet to lose. So that's probably a good thing. So next, yellow is going to go. And yellow is obviously going to cross the line, so they definitely don't want to get anything that's going to give her victory points in that area. So, now see, these because it's in a book, it's protected. But let's not get anything else. So what do we have here? We've got 9 and a 10 here. And so maybe if she had an 8, so 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that will be perfect. So she'll use another 8. She'll get a wagon maker. Why not? Because she bought some wagons earlier. So now this goes here. She gets a wagon for free. And how much did that cost? 2 time. See how easy it is to forget about the time? So time 1, 2. Person's going to die, so we fixed everything up. This guy goes back, and we're going to kill somebody off. And since she doesn't care about traveling, she's going to kill off the traveler, and the traveler is going to go here. Oh, I've already forgotten, and I already forgot the monk here went here, which means we both got 2 points, which is terrible news, because we're going to lose some points, I bet you. So that's done. We filled those. We roll the die. If it's not a 1, we're screwed. So it was a 5. There is a plague. Does the blue player want to use one of their tokens to prevent half of this being lost? No, it doesn't care. It's only 1 point. So 1 point is lost. 1 point is lost. The rat marker goes back down to the start. And next turn. So the blue player has a choice. He's got a 10, he's got a 6, he's got a 6, he's got some of these if he wanted to use some extra time. I'm sure he doesn't. Got a 10 or a 6. And 6 now isn't going to do very much for him. It's too bad that this isn't... Could he do an 11? Nope, can't do an 11. He could take 2 time. Yeah, he's going to take 2 time penalty. He's going to take this as an 11 to buy a farm for 11. It's going to cost him 1 time plus the 2 time for the black die. He immediately gets $1, and now on an 11, he'll be able to get more. So he's got some income coming in, which is good for certain things. Okay. Yes, and he couldn't have done that. So back to the yellow player. Yellow player has a little bit more flexibility now because the blue player took the black die. So what is the yellow player going to do? There's a 10. There is a 7. There is, well, they can't use a 7 because it can't travel. There's a 10. What can you do with a 10? Not very much. Not very much. Huh. could get more cards, but she doesn't have money to really utilize it, which is a problem. So maybe she should try to get some money by doing something that will get her money. So, but she's only got a 10 or a 6 or a 7. 10, 6, or 7. 10, 6 over there, or 7. Is there anything she can do for us? Ooh. It's too bad there's no 8s, because then she could activate all of that. Well, she's decided she's going to use a 10, and she's going to take the first player. So she takes all this story points, flips this over, and that's done. So because the round is over, it just flips back over, and story point goes on there. And it's back to the yellow player again, because the yellow player is the star player now. Yellow player rolls and decides to, in this particular case, maybe she needs another 8 or something. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. No 8s. There's plenty of 6s. Don't want to use that stuff. 9s. Well, she could use a 9, so gets a little bit more complicated as time goes on. But maybe what she'll do is she'll just sacrifice. She'll sacrifice next round. So, is there any way to get more money? That's a 12. There's a 5 over there. So yeah, she'll do that. No, that's not worth it. She'll use the 9. There we go. So the 9. And she'll buy a 9 scroll here. This gets flipped over 2 times. 1, 2. And she gets a scroll for free, which is there. Back to the blue player. Blue player is going to 6. A 4. A 2. A 2. A 4 or a 6. Two, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Yep, already decided. Okay, so gonna take the 2. Buy one of these meeting places. Gets a free marker here. Places this marker here. I'm going to place it on the school. And there you go. So, next. Yellow said, oh, I wish I did that. That was a good move. So what's next? A 6 or a 6? Alright, looks like they're going to be using the black die, but doesn't matter. She's just going to take a 6, and she's going to move this down to get $1 and get ready to move this stuff back up. So, the blue player is going to do the same. Good time to do it. Get another $1 right there, move that down there, and it's now the next round. A marker goes here. The yellow player rolls the die again. And the yellow player starts, which she wants to maybe use an 8 this time, so 6, 7, 8. There's the 8, and is going to activate all this. So, story point. Boom. Beer. Boom. Wagon. Boom. Oh, and that's that, because that's a 9. Can she use this? Nope, she needs 2 rum barrels. Any more 8s? No other 8s. So that's that. So back to the blue player. Blue player is going to... Needs a 3. So she's going to use a 3 right here. Going to activate this. So oh, and you know what? There was a marker that's supposed to go on there. So he's going to definitely put this there and this one there. So he's going to spend a time to activate this again. This was, I forgot to put that there. Then he's going to activate this 3 to place a marker here. That's going to cost him no time. And any other 3s? No other 3s. So, done. So, yellow player. Yellow player is going to... How's time going? Time, look, nobody's going to be dying. The rat track is stable. So, let's see. He's got an 8. Ooh, there's another 8. Could. May as well. So 8 right there. So another barrel, wagon, and Victor Point. He's going to want to think about traveling over here to make sure these are nice and secured. And now he's got an 8. Can he do anything else? Yes, he can. He can use this with an 8. 2 rum barrels. 2 rum barrels back to the supply, and just made himself or herself another 5 points for the end of the game. And any other 8s? Nope. So back to the blue player. Blue player has a free action that's not going to cost him extra time of 5. A 5 will give him another rum barrel and that, but he'll use it to buy another thing. So what's out there? Horse, wagon, parchment, maybe parchment. So let's get a parchment. Is there a 5 for parchment? No. So let's get something else. There's 2 5 for horses and only 1 5 for the plow. So he'll take that just to make sure he might have another chance. So that's going to cost him 2 time. Flip this over. He gets a plow right away, which he could theoretically place right now onto his, which he will. He'll just place it directly onto his farm, so he generates $2 every time. That would be nice. And 2 time 1, 2, and that's all he could have done. So he's done, and that is it for the round. And there you go. I think I am going to stop right there because that is quite a bit. It's like 23 minutes. You can see with a 2-player game, it goes fairly quickly. Not so quickly with other with 4 players, but you can see it goes quickly with 2 players. So that is it. That's the run through. You definitely get a feel of the flow and what's happening in the game and how it works. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will see you next time. And look out for the review for My Village, and also I have the how to play video if you don't get all the rules from just this quick run through. Okay, so we will see you next time. Leave any comments or concerns or questions on the notes below. Thank you. Have a good night.